Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the new horror film, The Mad Hatter. And this is from director Kate Devaney, starring Armando Gutierrez, who is a psychology professor, David Hart, who brings a group of college students to this haunted place, seemingly haunted place for a study, and you have this home from the Mad Hatter, who is a man who had these big masquerade balls and everything, and his house burns down with his daughter in it, and throw in a creepy groundskeeper played by Michael Berryman, who is really famous in the horror community for films like The Hill Have Eyes and stuff like that. So, this film starts off with this very fitting period music and this masquerade ball. Everything looks very ornate. And then it starts turning to like an eyes wide shut kind of orgy. And all of a sudden, fire! And this house burns down and cuts into this very warped and unnerving credit sequence with the music. And you're like, okay, this is an interesting enough hook. What's going on here? And then we cut. Welcome to psych class. And you have this professor being like, I'm a psych professor. Why would I be talking about this weird haunted thingy? So let's take a group of my students to this haunted place thingy and have a study. And you have this, like, from the start, where's the logic here? Like, who would sign up? Well, some people are stupid or naive or oblivious and maybe don't even care. But in the context of a movie, who would sign up for a study at a haunted place with a strange professor? Well, you could see the young women in the class think he's attractive. So then they go and like, what about the other people? They get dragged along with them. And you know from the start that this is going to go wrong. And at that point, sometimes like a movie really needs to step things up to get over some of those really dumb tropes that are going to take you out of the film. I don't know if this film ever really gets you out of there. The acting is very stiff and awkward and iffy, and the line delivery isn't great, the dialogue isn't very strong, and you're just like, okay, we have a silly story, we had a good setup, but a silly story, some iffy actings, dragging us down now, and then we get into the rest of the film where it really gets into the scares and everything, and you have this group of kids and they're being haunted by people from their past, but why? What's the point? What's this Mad Hatter have to do with their past? Is he just trying to be a jerk and trying to manipulate them? It doesn't really make sense. And there's some interesting and bold camera work and framing, and Devaney does some creative, interesting things with the film, but the rest of the film, and like some of the scares are unique and different, and the visuals are interesting, and you're just like, okay, but then it goes too far. And then it really leans on a lot of fire effects, which doesn't look good because the budget's probably not that great, and the fire looks really fake. And you walk through all of this, and this film is really shaky, and the editing is over the top, the acting is not great, and after a while it just feels like there's no rhyme or reason to what's going on. It's just, let's throw as many like jump scares and weird things as possible at you, and in the end it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but let's set up for another one. And you're just like, no thank you. I'm going to pass on those. In the end, The Mad Hatter is a very, very, very mixed bag. Much more on the negative side. It does have some interesting technical choices and filmmaking choices, but in the end, it doesn't really have a whole lot of rhyme or reason, and the emotional connections don't really work, and the acting and the characters fall really flat. And unless you're a huge horror fan and you just want to watch a horror movie, I don't know if I would recommend going out of your way to check out The Mad Hatter. But those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.